So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan back at it again. So I wanted to make a video about, friendships that kind of mess up our dating life. So a common story that happened to me that I hear about other people happening to them is basically they're trying to go out and meet girls, and sometimes they meet a friend that just becomes very clingy and won't leave them alone, won't stop talking to them, taking up all their time and energy. And then 6 months later, like, they get into a fight and then stop talking to the person, and they wasted 6 months and don't got no dates, don't got a girlfriend. Or their friend that they were cool with gets into a relationship, and then it's 6 months down the drain and their friend's got a relationship and they don't. And I've seen it happen. A lot of my friends seen it happen. So I'm going to tell you how to prevent it and how to manage friendships so that this doesn't happen to you. It's a cautionary tale. All right, basically, we got to break it down into the people who do this and how to keep them from doing this to you, because it's very important. The first person you are going to meet that can do something like this to you is a dumper. A dumper is a person that has a lot of issues, psychological, emotional, economical, whatever. They got so many issues, but they want a girlfriend really bad. So you feel sorry for them and you try to take them out and help them out and have a wannabe boot camp and teach them how to talk to people. But generally what ends up happening is they don't change. They're so stuck in their ways and they got so much issues that they can't change. And so for like a couple of weeks or months, you argue and you fight with them and you put up so much energy and emotion, and it just becomes psychologically and emotionally draining. And then you end up just stop talking to them, and you have nothing. You don't got a girlfriend, and you wasted all this time with them. Now, where you're gonna find most of these people is, so a lot of times when you go to social groups, you'll see somebody sitting there that nobody's talking to. And sometimes you can take that cue. That may be a dumper. Stay away from that person. Other places, like if you already have friends with a dumper and then they start introducing you to other dumpers, that's another way that you get introduced to dumpers. Dumpers will introduce you to dumpers. So the big way to handle that is just don't talk to them in general, and then they won't end up introducing you to their friends either. So that's a double positive. And then the third place is, places where a lot of weirdos, where you find a lot of weirdos. I used to live in a boarding house with a lot of poor men that used to transition and come in and out until they got on their feet, and it was a lot of weirdos in that house. And I dealt with a lot of dumpers and had a lot of drama with a lot of dumpers in that house. And also, other places weird people might hang out is the park, like especially in New York. The 14th Street Union Square Park has a lot of dumpers, a lot of homeless people, a lot of people on drugs, a lot of street dancers, a lot of just dumpers in general. And we might want to make friends, so we go out to the park and meet some people, but just be careful, because that's not the best people to hang out with. Now, how to get into the mindset of not hanging out with those people and not talking to those people. The first thing is you have to realize most of us want a wingman, but a dumper is never gonna be a good wingman because they can't change who they are. And number two, a lot of us want to be a teacher because it feels good to teach other men things. But if you ain't got a girlfriend yourself, how are you going to teach somebody else? So you have to think of those things before you talk to a dumper. The next type of person is the creep. Everybody knows what a creep is. He just wants sex. He talks to all these girls inappropriately and he becomes date rapey, right? And a lot of times if you hang out with those guys, you can get in a lot of trouble. I used to know one of those guys in college, and thank God I stopped talking to him before he pushed me into some stuff that, I shouldn't, and I would have regretted it. So I've been stopped talking to him. Stay away from the creeps, okay? They'll get you into a lot of trouble. Usually how you find creeps and how they get into your life, Most of the time, you're not going to find them in social circles because generally they get kicked out of social circles for being creepy and hitting on the girls. Most of the time, you're going to either meet them through dumpers, and there may be a dumper who wants to get a girlfriend, and then he finds a creep that's like, oh, I'll help you run game or whatever, and then those two become a pair, and then they introduce you to him. And then the other way is, like I said, activities with weirdos, or places with weirdos. Like I said, I used to live in a boarding house, and I met a creep like that, and it didn't work out. And like I said, I used to hang out on 14th Street, Union Square Park. There's a lot of creeps out there that just whistle at women all day. And like I said, these people will get you into trouble. Now, the mindset you have to be in before you let those people get you in trouble is, like I said, everybody wants a wingman, but remember, it's not worth it if you're going to be sitting in a jail cell because some guy put you in a situation that you shouldn't have been in. It's not worth it. So the third type of person, and it's two types, but it's in the same kind of category. There's the Klingon and there's the Playboy. Klingon is the dude and the Playboy is the woman, and both of them are very clingy people and suck up all your time. So basically, a lot of them, they don't know how to have good social arrangements. So they may do an activity once a week at night and go to a party on the weekend, and then have a group of friends that they know from high school. Or they may go to school in the day and maybe a party on the weekend and have a couple of friends. And those people, they're basically lazy, and they only want one or two social circles, and they're gonna try to use everybody in those social circles because they're too lazy to find other people and to talk to. And a lot of times my experience is you'll be walking around with those people for hours, listening to all their issues, eating at restaurants with them, listening to all their issues. And then whenever you want to do activities, you got to do an activity that they like just to keep your friendship going. And you end up doing like inappropriate activities where it's beneficial for them, but you can't meet a girl through those activities. So you waste all these times doing these activities that ain't even for you. So why do we hang out with these people? So first of all, where do you meet Playboys and Klingons? You meet them at any activity. Any activity you go to, you can meet a Playboy and a Klingon. It's just normal people. But like, how do you deal with them? Well, you have to understand that you have to have time for yourself, and you have to be able to have time to find a girlfriend. And a lot of the Klingons and the Playboys will bug you and bug you and bug you and bug you and bug you until you let them in. But what I noticed really works is if you have a set schedule already, like even if you have a job, like they're not gonna try to push you out of the job to go hang out with you, right? So they know that's important. But besides having a job, like you should plan your own activities on the weekends and then just be like, okay, I already bought this ticket, so I have to go. You can either come with me or not. Or, I have another friend I gotta go talk to, or I gotta do this, that, and the other. You have to kind of set up a schedule so that a permanent schedule, or solidify something so that they feel that if they ask you to hang out with them, they're actually harming you and keeping you from doing what you got to do. And that's the biggest way to deal with like Klingons and Playboys. So I hope this helps you. If you're dealing with friendships that are really clingy and overpowerful and keeping you from getting a girlfriend, I hope this video can help you and teach you tips on how to deal with those people. All right, I'm out, y'all. Peace.